impressive performance earlier on today, seeing off James Wade, the number 4 seed. And whereas this afternoon was all about the seeded players failing to live up to their billing, only Ian White and Dave Chisnell making it through out of the 8 seeded players in the afternoon, this evening session has seen more serene progress for the big names. Mensur Suljovic, the only one to fall. The likes of Adrian Lewis, Jelle Klaassen, and most recently Gary Anderson, the world champion, putting in very, very impressive displays to book their place in the final day of action here at the Ballhaus Forum in Munich. I'm Dan Dawson, and alongside me is Rod Harrington for this one.
Yes, looking forward to this
first
one.
leg, Benito to throw first.
Might not be the 2 biggest names in the game, but certainly 2 players that can play this game. Benito, Big Ben, been playing exceptionally well for the last 18 months. And Devon would really like to see him step it up. You know, when we spread this game throughout the world, we want people like Devon to step up to the plate. And
62.
He's been working a lot, as we said in his previous match with Joe Cullen, who's just walked past us and slapped me around the head. Thanks very much, Joe. And
96.
yeah, they've been working on the rhythm, not getting too fast, and Devon has been working that. He's got, as you can see, he's got a very short back lift, and with that, he overworks the shoulder sometimes in trying to get the dart to the board. So he's trying to just, in practice, lengthen the back lift, so that gives his arm more time to get the speed it needs to get the dart, which will give him more rhythm.
It is quite difficult, isn't it, when you've been throwing a certain way for years and years, to try and break it down and build it up again. We talked earlier on, we talked a number of times about how Jelle Klaassen has done it with his throw. To great effect, it has to be said. He's certainly getting results. As Benito van der Pas settles for 139.
I think with Devon, it isn't that he's broken it down to nothing and rebuilding it. It is literally
just a tweak.
Probably just 6 inches, bring it that extra further back, and there's routines that he's going to have to find to go through, so it will get embedded in his head that he doesn't have to think about it. I was talking to him at length over the mindset of things, and he's very open-minded. So is Joe with how things should be going. Double top, rushed that a little bit. That's a better dart, but still not in.
Well, Benito hit the 19 when he was going for bullseye in his previous visit. So double 80 once now.
15.
Missed opportunity.
20.
Chance for Devon. Saw off Nathan Aspinall in the first round.
In charge in the first round.
And he takes a 1-0 lead with a break of throw.
Of course, the thing about when you're tweaking your throw, under extreme pressure, there's probably a good chance that your old throw's going to take over.
Yeah, you go back to what you know, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're not actively thinking about the throw itself. You're too busy focused on the game situation.
That's why you've got to get a routine where that new little bit of throw or tweak is going to subconsciously work all the time. We see it in golfers all the time. Nick Faldo was the prime example. Absolutely stripped his swing completely, and he went through turmoil for 3 years, but then all of a sudden it started to click.
53.
And 3 Masters, 3 British Opens. And it happens in every other sport. It must happen in tennis when people go through bad spells. They have to tweak things, and the same with darts.
100.
Well, you've seen it. If
Mark
you
Webster.
that's exactly the point I was going to make. And you've seen his throw change, often
59.
tournament by tournament, sometimes game by game.
Yeah.
You can actually see it change from where he was to where he is now. And it's huge strides Mark Webster's made.
84.
There's a lot of players that have got little flaws in their game, and we say it all the time, that are not doing anything about it. Those throws will get worse, and then people will drift out of the game, and there's always someone to take your place. You've got to accept that there's things that need to be done, and Devon is one of them.
140.
Well, look, Devon has certainly got talent. He hit 2 9-darters last year. He hit one in a qualifier for one of these European Tour events. Just about 5 months after he hit one on the Pro Tour and a run to a quarter-final, one of 2 quarter-finals on the Pro Tour he made last year.
96.
Benito just taking his time, making sure he hit that fat 19 to leave double top, and he's well placed to break back immediately, but there's some pressure from Devon Petersen now. Maybe too little too late in this leg, we shall see. Double 10. And there it is, and it is one apiece.
Third leg, Benito to throw first. Game on.
Well, Benito's only 23 years old. Another one of these terrifyingly talented young Dutch players.
97.
And a man who has produced some great stuff on the European Tour, beaten Michael van Gogh twice on the European Tour, once in a run to the final in Riesa, where he was bested by Michael Smith, and once in Gibraltar, where he was playing absolutely sensational darts, missed 3 darts to beat James Wade, lost the match, and Wade went on to win it.
Yes, that was the first win for James Wade since he come back, as we called it.
134.
Jeffrey de Graaf. Yeah.
Yes, he was very unlucky this evening. Went to the last leg and then just didn't pull it out the bag, did he, against Michael Smith?
57.
I haven't seen enough from Jeffrey de Graaf this weekend to suggest he could be a good little player.
Yes, I totally agree.
100.
Not much in this leg. Oh,
139.
decent stuff from Benito, leaves him 108.
See, that throw that gets a bit short, like that first dart, that's why it's going to go low. And you can see with the third dart, he wanted the extra air time, and he's pushing it with the shoulder, and that defeats the object. Double top. Well, a chance here for Devon to break the throw. And again, we see that little bit of pressure. Oh, now double 18 he wants. Yeah, it's double 18, yeah.
74.
He's just having a little laugh with George there going, well, I knew what treble I needed, but I just couldn't remember what was left.
Can't afford to come inside on this, and doesn't. Finds double 5, and that puts Benito into the lead for the first time. Yeah, just an illustration there that sometimes dart players, they're just so, it's learning it by rote, isn't it? Some of the finishes go, all right, I've got 90 left, treble 80. You're not even thinking of the numbers as such. It's just bits of the board to aim for rather than the actual maths sometimes.
You're totally right, and then all of a sudden you hit a treble and you actually know what you want, but your brain is saying you better check this.
Yeah.
And that's just what happened with Devon. And there's no shame in saying to Georgie Noble, by the way, George, what have I got left?
He's the best man to ask. He's the only man to ask. Can't ask your opponent, he'll tell you the wrong number.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, tops you want, Bev, tops.
100. 134.
Needs to start finding a couple of trebles instead of the one, does Devon.
Yeah, it's 4 flat tons he's had in this leg, and it might not be enough. Well, it is going to be enough to give him a chance at the 101.
91.
Yeah, the trouble is, if he doesn't take the 101 out, and Van der Bas comes back with 2 darts of the double.
69. Benito, you require 60.
So it is 2 darts at a double. Benito van der Pas for a third leg on the spin to open up a 2-leg cushion. Just moving across to try and get out the way of that first dart. And that is expertly used, that second dart. Just followed it just underneath it, flipped off the barrel into the double 20. And that is 3-1.
Yeah, Devon, I mean, 4 straight tons, but it's normally, you know, it's great darts, isn't it? But he needed to find 1 extra treble, give himself a proper shot.
Well, as you know, your analogy of saying 100 average or a 15 dart leg is level par, you know, if you go ton, take out 101, that's it's a good leg of darts, but you are leaving the door open for your opponent to put in a very good leg. And
well,
when you're playing this, when you're playing these guys, that's what happens.
Devon wanted 101. Where if he'd have hit one more treble in them first 12 darts, he comes back with 61. 2 darts possibly 2 darts at a double. Where he didn't even get 1 dart on a double, but Van der Past did hit that extra treble. And of course had 2 darts at the double.
Unfortunately, good sometimes isn't good enough in PDC darts. Certainly not nowadays. Sometimes very good isn't even enough.
50.
He would have needed something stunning to beat Gary Anderson tonight, as Darryl Gurney found to his cost.
Yeah, he played well right from the first 3 darts were 180. You're thinking, you know, when you're playing Gary Anderson, he starts like that. You think, oh damn! I just hope we weren't going to play too well in the early legs.
Yeah, if you're waiting for Gary Anderson to go off the boil, you can be waiting
60.
quite a long while.
A very long time. Yeah, he's got a good mindset as well at the moment.
Oh, look at this. Oh, Benito van der Past. That is sumptuous. 160 check out and a 4th leg on the spin. Now, we did see a brilliant fight back earlier on this evening from James Wilson.
134.
As he came from 3-0 down to Mensur Suljovic, very nearly 4-0 down to Mensur Suljovic, and won it 6-4. Devon is going to have to do something similar here.
Yeah, Devon, you know, 84 average. He won't be happy with that if he comes off and loses the match and stays at that sort of average.
Yeah, it's a similar level to how he was playing against Nathan Asman in the first round. He just got through that in a deciding leg. He would have known he'd have to step his game up if he's going to go on much further in the tournament. He's been unable to do it so far, but this game isn't quite over yet. Well, there's the 5 knocked off.
Yeah, see that, you know, in that position you can't afford a bad visit, because again, like in the previous leg, he wanted 101. Now he wants 102, and you feel he's going to have to take this 102 out, you know, to win the leg. Although Benito has not punished him too much.
Oh, well, Benito's just taken her at 160. 113 is a little bit easier. Needs to find a treble. Doesn't do so. So Devon will get 3 clear darts at double 16. Just to stop the rocks, and that is... Oh, he won the first leg, Devon. He's won the 6th leg. Everything else has gone Benito's way. Devon has produced some good darts on big stages before. We saw him go all the way to the quarterfinals of the UK Open last year. You remember? I think it was only Michael van Gerwen that did for him.
100.
Yeah, it's a bit like Joe Cullen. You know, he come onto the scene and we really expect him to really push on, and Joe and Devon have levelled out, although Joe, it looks like we're seeing that final push from Joe, and Devon just needs to step it up a little bit.
Well, you just hope that they can spur each other on, don't you? That's what you want to see from practice partners and mates. Joe, as we've mentioned this weekend, was spurred on by seeing Devon have that run to the quarterfinals of the UK Open, and basically thought, I want to be doing that. I want to have some of the attention and the money and the success. And it's helped, you know, create whatever conditions he needed to go on and realise some of his potential. Hopefully Devon can be spurred on himself.
58.
Well, I say jealousy is a wasted emotion, but if you're jealous of someone and you're going to do something about it and it spurs you on, then jealousy is a good emotion.
Well, certainly Mr. Taylor has been talking quite openly about his motivation nowadays, being a certain Dutchman. at the top of the world rankings as Benito van der Pas takes out 112, and that is a real body blow for Devon, who'd left himself handily placed in that leg.
Yes, and it was a body blow because he'd missed the 20 segment, but it just happened to fall in the treble 5 that left him the 97. You know, those little bits of luck, and that is a little bit of luck, fall your way, and then you take advantage of it. You know, the averages are nothing to write home about, but there again, a win is a win.
60.
There's one little thing there with Devon, you know, I will tell him about it. You know, let Benito get past
100.
before you throw that first dart. You know, he really is getting to the hockey just a bit too quick. You don't want someone moving in your right eye when you're trying to release the dart. You watch this. There we have it. See, he's let go of that dart before he's passed. You don't see Phil Taylor do that.
No.
You might see Michael Van Gerwen, but you're going to have the Scotch Guards there doing it at the moment, and that wouldn't upset Michael Van Gerwen.
Yeah, he's a very focused individual, and we will get to see him in action in a very short space of time. It may be a little bit sooner than Devon Petersen would like, because Benito van der Pas 244 points away, and he's going to get 6 darts from here. Needs to find a treble. Doesn't do so. So now it's Devon's turn. 6 darts from 186.
See, he's just pushed them last 2 darts. That's where the rhythm, we talked about the rhythm a lot today, and he's just losing that rhythm. A beautiful first treble, but with Benito, you know, he's kept the same pace, the same rhythm. You know, the arm is doing all the work.
Well, it's another check out of 101 that Devon Petersen's been unable to give himself a dart at a double, and Benito's looking at 50 for the match and a 6-2 win. It's not been stunning stuff by any stretch of the imagination, but Benito van der Pas has done a job on Devon Petersen here, and he's booked his place in the last 16. He will face Joe Cullen, and he'll be hoping to make it a tough weekend for the 2 best mates. Devon Petersen knocked out the German Darts Masters. We have one more spot in the last 16 up for grabs, and it goes to either Michael Van Gerwen, the world #1, or the one remaining German in the German Darts Masters. It is the Cube, Rene Idem, who gave MVG a bit of a scare at the World Championship at Ali Palace.